Hi, Elle here, and you're on Living Pressure Free with Elle. So, welcome today. My topic today is about listening. I was a very impatient listener for most of my life. In fact, when I look back, I can clearly remember times when I would be so impatient with somebody else talking that I'd finish their sentences or interrupt, really very unconscious about what I was doing. I didn't even realize I was doing it because I was so hyped on adrenaline that I couldn't hear what the other person was saying. And I was so impatient to get on to the next thing or to say what I wanted to say that I really didn't pay attention to others. And all that really changed for me in 2010 when I started to create the pressure free method. And I can't say that I was always impatient listening because there's something that I've always paid a lot of attention to listening to, and that, of course, is music. So if you don't know, like my former lifetime, I was I'm a professional violinist, professional conductor, and an executive of a symphony for years. So I was completely immersed in the world of classical music. So I can listen to music for a very long time, like without any interruptions or loss of train of thought or any of that. But there was something about conversing with other people. Maybe that's because us musicians, we spend hours and hours alone in practice rooms. I'm talking like hours every single day. So that the social interaction, especially for some professional musicians that I've met in my lifetime, it's a little warped, like we don't even really know how to communicate. So everything changed for me, certainly in 2010, when I began to apply pressure free to myself. What do I mean by that? I began to see where I was triggering adrenaline and how it was affecting me. So here's an example. If I felt like we were going to be late, I would be like, hurry up, we got to hurry up. And I would get impatient. I'd trigger that stress response, the hormones go out, and now I'm on adrenaline. So now everything's got to be fast and everything's got to be done fast. And we've got to get out to the car. And someone might be trying to ask me even a question about like, well, I don't know where my backpack is, or can you help me find? And I would just be almost crazy just trying to get everybody out the door. And so when I started to notice that, I got quiet. So one of my tools that I teach my clients is to get quiet, to zip your lips. I don't know how many days I didn't say, hurry up, we're going to be late, to my boys until 2010. And then I got quiet. And then I just kind of zip my lips. They know when we have to get out the door. They can all read. They can all see the clocks. And I just kind of let things start to happen naturally and organically rather than push, which it's a lot of people's modus operandi, to push agendas, to push these ideas instead of really listening and opening up and hearing the other person. So I got very quiet. And this was starting to happen even before 2010. I specifically remember a time, the last year that my mother was alive. And I'm back in New Hampshire visiting her. And she said to me, Pammy, you're so quiet this summer. And I said, yeah, I'm listening. And instead of because I would bring up a memory and everybody would remember it a different way. I always felt like I was being attacked or I was attacking, like it wasn't good communication. So I thought, I'm just going to listen. Just listen better. Listen intently. Not try to finish people's sentences. Not be all hyped up on adrenaline. So then it just got better and better as I started to just be more quiet and really listen. I learned so much. I learned where I was wrong in the past, where I had ideas that really were faulty. I can't even, if I could trace all the different ways that I started to change because I finally wasn't on adrenaline and I was able to really listen, I could not be the coach I am today if I can't really tune in and listen. And one of my clients recently said, you're so amazing at tuning into me. That's my job. I've always done it great with my violin students, like so tuned into them, listening to every phrase, correcting, helping them fix every phrase, and now doing it with another human being to listen to what's going on in their lives with pressure free. So it's been a gift. I consider this ability now to listen to be a real gift. So if you find that you have trouble with that, like you're trying to finish people's sentences, you're trying to get things going, you're in a hurry a lot, you're probably triggering too much adrenaline. I was. And so that's one of the secret keys to living a pressure-free life, is to stop triggering so much adrenaline so you can truly hear and truly listen. And so many people today, because pretty much everybody is on adrenaline and cortisol and glucocorticoids. It's a stress-based society. That's what we've created for many decades now, and now it's really over the top. So it's hard for people to listen. It's hard for us to hear. And I watch it happen in daily conversations. You can tell when someone's going under the line. They're fighting for a particular position, and we're having incredible conversations in our home and with friends. And it's interesting when you can stand back just for a second, don't release those hormones, and really listen to the other person without trying to rehearse what you're going to say next, but really listen. People need to be seen and heard, like really seen and really heard. And that is something that I consider full of grace for us to be able to do that. And doing it in your home is super, super cool. Doing it in your community, doing it for this nation, doing this for the world, like being a little more quiet really isn't the word, but giving others the chance to talk without butting in or cutting them off or interrupting, really listening, and then pausing and thinking about it before you come back with the next thing. So it's just something I'm doing some recording today, and I thought, this is a message I want to share because it's really changed my life and changed so much for me to be able to listen better. And definitely was the stress hormones, those darn stress hormones that caused me to not be a really terrible listener, if you want to know the truth. So on that beautiful note, I wish you a great pressure-free day, to be able to listen, to be able to interact in a way that's truly helpful and full of beauty and grace. So a great day. I love you. Bye.